What's up everybody and welcome to the Fusion Gun. So this is a brand new weapon added into Fallout 4. This is actually a mod I featured in my upcoming mod series, and well, now it has finally been released. Basically, it's an upgraded version of an Institute rifle. The mod author felt that the current Institute weaponry didn't really live up to the Institute name, and thus this was created to replace that. So now that you've seen the gun, how do you actually go and get it? Well, there are actually two ways. First and foremost, you go to the Sentinel Site bomb storage room after completing the Brotherhood quest. Although I don't want to do it that way, I decided to do the other way, which is by going to University Point, and more importantly, Sedgwick Hall in University Point. Once you get inside, you'll find a synth courser. Basically kill him, he'll have the weapon on him in pistol form, and then you can pick it up in all its greatness. So now in the weapons workbench, we could check out some of the different modifications you can make to the fusion pistol to really make it your own. And I want to clarify something first. This is kind of confusing at first glance, but let me just show you this. So we have the standard receiver, the automatic receiver, and the semi-automatic receiver. So as you can see, these do have some pretty substantial damage differences. As you can see right here, we do have 68, 14, 53, and then 6, 12, and then 6, 14. There are ways to boost the damage, but there's actually a reason these are so different, and I'll show you that right now. So I have all three on me right now, and just look at the damage on this one. This is the fully auto, or not the damage, the fire rate. So it's actually insane. I'm just holding down. I'm going to try and control the recoil, and as you can see, it's actually pretty struggling. I'm in God mode, otherwise I'd be burning through ammo ridiculously fast. And then now here we do have just the normal one. This is how you get the gun normally, and as you can see, pretty standard. We do have that 5-shot burst kind of shotgun style thing going on, and then this is the semi-automatic receiver. So as you can see, it's not quite as fast firing as the fully automatic one, but I'm holding down the trigger. I'm not spam clicking. This is with spam clicking. And yeah, so just kind of interesting the way the receivers work. Definitely not as common as certain other mods. So outside of the receiver, you actually do have some different barrels, and this is the exposed barrel versus the closed barrel. And as you can see, the exposed barrel is actually going to give you some incendiary damage right there, but the closed barrel will boost the other two damage numbers. So it is definitely, the closed barrel does do more total damage if you add up all the numbers than the exposed barrel, but it really is have a trade-off there because certain enemies will have different resistances. So personally, I like using the closed barrel, but the exposed barrel is definitely pretty viable. Then we do have some grips, just the same kind of standard thing, a rifle stock or a pistol grip. This will turn it into a rifle, and it definitely gives it a big damage boost, although it doesn't really necessarily change anything. It does increase the damage a lot, which kind of makes sense, I guess. It is a rifle now, although kind of weird because it doesn't, change anything internally, and you're getting a pretty substantial boost in damage. And then finally we do have, or not finally, but one of the last things is a bunch of different sights. And as you can see, these are all custom, so they do look really freaking cool. And as you can see, the different sights on this thing are quite nice. I'm going to show you a few of them once we actually customize all of these. And then last but not least, you do have different actual muzzles. Before were barrels, then we have silencers, an exposed muzzle, and a closed muzzle. And as you can see, this will, again, the exposed muzzle will give you back that incendiary damage, while the closed muzzle will not. Then no muzzle obviously doing neither. So these have different pros and cons. And then finally the silencer, which is going to silence the weapon. So let me customize these a little bit, and I also do want to just take notice. Look how expensive this stuff is. It is not cheap. This is definitely meant to be a late game weapon, and I think the mod author did a good job of balancing things that way. I would like to see the perk requirements be a little bit higher, but as far as the actual what you need to build this, it's pretty ridiculous. Although you only have to make it once hypothetically, but still, it is quite powerful that way. So on top of all that, this weapon also uses its own custom ammo. And as you can see, we do have a few different recipes right here. You can use fusion cores, you can use fusion cells, and of course you could use nuclear material, then of course circuitry and copper. I really like this. I wish more weapon mods did this. It's just super small. You could find these at vendors too, but you can also just craft it at this workbench. So now let's actually check this out in action. I do have a bunch of aggroed Brotherhood of Steel people right here. So we have, these are 3 and then 3 more Star Paladins, all those 3 over there. I think some of them died and they're not that strong. They're damaged a little bit. But so we do have the 3 different weapons. This is the fully automatic one, and this one is closed barrel, and then we do have a reflex sight, as you can see right there, looking really nice. Then this one we do have, this is the standard shot one with just a long scope. As you can see, it's kind of configured to be more of a sniper, and this does have the silent silencer on it as well as the closed barrel. And then finally we do have this was just the semi-automatic one, and as you can see, still doing tons of damage. This is exposed, and then just the reflex sights. So let's actually take these guys on. I'll turn them on right here. Let's see what kind of damage we could do with this, and they're gonna hurt a lot, so I have to be a little bit careful. Let's first try out this sniper one. This does have a recon scope, so we will mark everyone. And as you can see, we're doing some no joke damage there. Let's try and get some hits in that. So even with just this weapon, and again, this is the strongest Brotherhood of Steel, like paladin, whatever, knight in general. It's the highest level enemies as far as the Brotherhood of Steel go in the game. So again, some no joke enemies, and as you can see, just look at the damage. This is a critical hit, and look at that damage. Obviously we did mutate him there, but these things do ridiculous amounts of damage. But what I want to really try out is this thing. Look at that. Wait, let me reload. And I'm getting pegged down. I don't want to die, so we're going to hide behind this tree. But we're popping stimpaks left and right. Let's just check out how fast I melt this guy with the fully automatic mode, if I could actually survive long enough to use it. I'm sure in VATS we could do some damage with this, and I just want to see what kind of work we could do, because I think this is where this weapon's going to really shine, and it's pretty much redundant using the scope. You can't really do anything with that. I'm sure with some of the semi-automatic or the more practical modes it would do more work. And alright, I'm having to heal too much. I have no armor on right now, so forever here. And oh damn it, he's gonna shoot me again and make me want to stimpak. But we could just shoot him on, and look at that. That was just one little burst of it right there, and just look how much damage we do. Holy. And as you can see, if you get up and close with this thing, obviously we do have, I don't have any magazine limitations, but that is ridiculous. That's the fully automatic one. So this is the semi-automatic one, and this one also doing crazy amounts of damage. So we're just melting Brotherhood of Steel Knights right now. Like, although with this zoomed in, you can't really see anything. But yeah, so this is an insane late game weapon, very expensive, looks really freaking cool though. I do really like the look of this. It is obviously super high quality, much higher quality than most of the other stuff in the game right now. And yeah, definitely a cool weapon. I would highly recommend you guys check this one out. And yeah, hopefully you did enjoy this video. Hope to see you all next time. Later.